A very warm welcome and a very good afternoon. Welcome to UBC Lunchtime News on this 11th day of December 2021. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto. Now let's get right into it. Embracing unity for national development is key in promoting social economic progress of any country, including Uganda. Now this is the message that was emphasized during the annual Thanksgiving prayers held at State House in Entebbe. President Yoweri Museveni encouraged Ugandans to have unity and faith in defeating the country's challenges. Henry Okrut filed this report.
The choir was so melodious. And the prayers were timely from all religious sects.
Great is thy faithfulness, and I said to myself, the Lord is my portion.
Including the Islamic faith.
إذا جاءك الذين يؤمنون بآياتنا فقل سلام.
But behind these prayers was a message of unity for development, as emphasized by Apostle John Bunjo of Christian Restoration Ministries International.
I pray from this precious house, on this ground which is holy, with our Papa, Mama there, and the ministers here, vice presidents, that all of us in this Sanja securing the future, we will all secure the future by working together as a feast, and everybody say amen.
It is a message that was emphasized by President Yoweri Museveni, who officiated at the event.
When the British introduced coffee here and cotton, that's how workers came from Rwanda, from Burundi, from South Sudan to come and work on the coffee chambers, because there was some commercial activity. So, if we all wake up and speak one language, and all these rural families go into commercial agriculture, this issue of jobs would be addressed.
He emphasized the need to accompany prayer with action.
In this crisis of this year, these 2 years actually, because it was 2020 and 2021, the whole 2 years, for me, I can bear witness here that by praying and doing, we have overcome I don't know how many calamities.
Prayers of the day put emphasis on national economy, national safe reopening of all sectors in January 2022, youth and children, among others.
For no one is cast off by the Lord forever.
That you shower your mercies upon all our leaders' dream and effort to ensure that every sector is opened without further threat of the pandemic.
And as we cross over into the new year 2022, we ask you, Lord, that you will give us, your people, a safe and peaceful Christmas season.
The main celebrant of the day was Dr. Daniel Mate, the president of Seventh-day Adventist Union.
And we know that the government is not about NRM supporters only, but it's all about all of us. When the terrorists hit, they hit all of us. When the rockers came, they were coming for all of us. When Corona came, it came for all of us. So these are national interests for which we must coalesce on and get solutions.
The theme of the day was derived from the Book of Lamentations, chapter 3, verse 22, and I quote, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassion never fails." Henry Okrut, UBC.
Justice to live.
Now, the joint Uganda People's Defense Forces and Forces Armée de la République Démocratique du Congo Operation Force in DRC has claimed more success against the Allied Democratic Forces rebels in Congo. Now, the joint offensive to neutralize the ADF rebels from the jungles of eastern Congo is being commanded by Major General Kayanja Muhanga. We have more.
Uganda People's Defense Forces invaded Congo through Busunga, Nobil border post in North Kivu State, pursued the ADF rebels whose financier, the Islamic State's fundamentalists, had claimed responsibility of the 4 bomb explosions in the capital Kampala that claimed more than 6 lives in a space of 2 months. The UPDF top leadership was left with no option but to seek for express permission from the Kinshasa-based government to pursue the ADF rebels outfit that was using Eastern Kivu as a breeding ground for recruiting and causing mayhem in the capital Kampala. DRC government accepted a joint operation with the UPDF code named Operation Shuja against the common enemy, the ADF rebels.
The Islamic State is an international terrorist organization, so I think we should have the support of everyone in this operation.
ADF rebels under the command of their supreme leader, Amir Musa Baluku, are accused of killing civilians for over a decade in the triangular villages between Beni, Kasindi, Kamango, among others, in North Kivu, where the rebel outfit operated extensively.
Il faut préciser d'abord que cette opération a été d'abord sous l'initiative du commandant suprême des forces armées de la République démocratique du Congo et le président de la République, Félix Antoine Tshisekedi, avec son homologue bien sûr de l'Ouganda, Kaguta Museveni. Most of the positions the area suspected based on intelligence have been cleared. Now within like 2-3 days we shall be ahead. As you saw, the forces of the FADC already have reorganized, waiting for us to continue sweeping until we shall destroy all the enemy.
UPDF and Congolese army jointly engaging ADF rebels in the thick forest between Mukakati and Semrik Enclave Basin River in the eastern Congo. In-depth operations by the joint forces, heavily armed men in uniform could visibly be captured on our cameras, maneuvering and combing the Mukakati Semrik river stretch in pursuit of the ADF.
The route Kubanda village Mukakati jusqu'à Ponsimili.
Makazi ya leo pamoja na warafiki zetu wa UPDF na FARDC tutaanza kuangalia njia jinsi UPDF inatengeneza kuanzia Mukakati mpaka huko kwenye
I was saying that we are not running. We are going slowly as we are clearing all these forests as you have seen. Down here, we have a team that patrolling the roads. We have another team that clearing the forests. But most of the positions, the area suspected based on intelligence, have been cleared.
Since November 30th, 2021, the jungles of the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo have become a battlefield where allied forces of UPDF and FADC are fighting the ADF rebels. Haruna Mtesasira reporting in Congo for UBC News.
The Uganda People's Defense Forces is constructing the road leading to the midpoint with Congolese forces to charge against the allied democratic forces still hiding in the thick forests of Congo. Now UPDF has forced rebels out of most of their hideouts, and residents of the area are now able to access the roads to and from the Congo border with Uganda via Busunga in Bundubujo. Take a look.
Uganda People's Defense Forces has embarked on the construction of Busunga-Mukakati stretch through the thick Democratic Republic of Congo forests to charge towards the scampering rebels of the allied democratic forces.
We have intelligence team, technical and human intelligence. We have the air, we have the commandos from Special Forces Command, we have the infantry, and the other components.
The construction is from the forward operation base, which is temporary, but in a few days, UPDF and the Congo forces will continue with the operations against the ADF.
We have not come here to just injure these people. It's like when you have these 4 fingers. If you want somebody who uses them, you have to cut, chop it. But if you just injure, somebody will come and return it and do the same thing. So a terrorist is a terrorist. Until you destroy a terrorist will continue operating because they are addicted.
The purpose as well is to access the camps that were hit by UPDF on Tuesday 30th November 2021.
Another objective is to enable traders. As you saw, this road, only motorcycles are used to ferry goods and people. But by yesterday, there were vehicles coming all the way from Beni towards our border between Uganda and Congo.
The army is on alert and prepared to take on any form of eventuality as they proceed to link up with Congo forces at Mukakati Semuliki River.
It's not my business if they are ready or not. For us, we are ready for them. In fact, what they can do is two things, either to report or to prepare for us. Otherwise, for us, we are very ready for them.
Avec son homologue, bien sûr, de Uganda.
The collaboration is really moving very good, as you can see along the road. You see UPDF side by side with FADAC, and this will help to continue to track down the ADF deeper in the forest. The road was a very, very important step that they are going right now to finish.
Au moment où je vous parle, il y a déjà des troupes déjà positionnées dans plusieurs bastions qu'on appelle.
9 kilometers from where the forward operation base station is Mukakati Semuliki River, where the engineering brigade is yet to reach, but this is a point where further offensives will be conducted.
Yes, we know that they are moving out of their camps, but we shall follow them wherever they will go. We are supporting FADAC forces. We shall follow them wherever they will go.
Through the endowed green forests in Congo, men in green are on alert from both Uganda and Congo. Foot patrols are a routine.
No, we have that experience fighting in jungle warfare. Our troops are trained on fighting in jungle warfare. So it's not the first time we are doing that. We have ever done that in Congo. We have ever done that in South Sudan. We have done that in Central African Republic. It's not a new environment at all.
More artillery continues to enter DRC through Busunga border post to completely get the ADF extinct. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
How sweet it is.
All right, now government has moved to defend the president's decision to deploy Uganda People's Defense Forces in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now the Minister for Information, Communications Technology and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, says the Constitution allows the president to deploy even without seeking full parliamentary approval. Take a look.
Last week, Ugandans were treated to a surprise news of a joint UPDF and Congo's FADC forces, airstrikes and artillery bombing of the ADF rebel 4 major camps in North Kivu. Scores of ADF rebel fighters are reported to have died in the surprise raids, while others sustained severe injuries. Since then, President Museveni's move to deploy in Congo after consultations with his counterpart, President Felix Tshisekedi of DRC, to have joined forces pursue the ADF rebels in Congo without Parliament's approval, as required by the law, has drawn criticism from a section of opposition politicians, which the Minister for ICT, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, has downplayed.
Their calls saying that the UPDF should immediately withdraw from the DRC. Particularly, I saw Dr. Kiza Besije and the Honorable Kwago, the mayor, sort of acting as apologists of ADF, accusing the government that we are using strong force to hit at terrorists, and that UPDF should withdraw from DRC, and I was taken aback for a person who has aspired to become a president of this country to sympathize with the terrorists who came and killed people and threw bombs and killed people, and many others got injured, but you are sympathetic to those terrorists, and you are blaming government for using firepower at those terrorists.
Dr. Baryomonsi blames opposition politicians of falling short of differentiating politics from a global war against terrorism.
So it's an indication as if those politicians are happy with the work of ADF. And we take strong exception to that kind of stance, because the attack on ADF is not a partisan issue, but the government is trying to secure Ugandans of all shades of life. And therefore, it is really shameful and scandalous that the leader could, at the moment, in the heat of these terrorist attacks, try to sympathize with terrorists, and you start blaming the government for trying to secure Ugandans.
Whereas the opposition MPs and opposition party leaders fault President Museveni of overstepping the mandate of Parliament to approve any foreign deployment of UPDF, Dr. Bariomsi downplays the argument, saying the deployment was made in total observation of the legal provisions.
Article 124 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, from which I am reading, is here. Says declaration of a state of war, and it says in the Article 124(1) that the President may, with the approval of Parliament, given by resolution supported by not less than 2/3 of all the members of Parliament, declare that a state of war exists between Uganda and any other country. So I want you to reflect on the kind of operation going on in Congo. Does it fit into this constitutional provision? Has the President declared that there is a state of war between Uganda and the DRC, which requires Parliament to give approval by 2/3? The answer is no.
However, UBC's investigative desk has established that President Museveni deployed in Congo in accordance to the UN Convention on Hot Pursuit. The term hot pursuit refers to the urgent and direct pursuit of a criminal suspect by law enforcement officers or by belligerents under international rules of engagement for military forces. Philip Aguta, UBC News in Kampala.
Chairperson Board, Uganda Cooperative Alliance Limited, Jonas Tweyambe, has denied any misdeeds at the organization as reported by the media. Now, this follows the 28th November news, which alleges that there is an abuse of office, misuse of funds and corruption at the Uganda Cooperative Alliance. Take a look.
There is no fraudulent practices at UCA or any abuse of office, and of course the malicious propaganda by said persons who are part of the larger groups. We are seeing them as if they are now trying to, of course, collapse UCA, which will not be possible because UCA has clear structures.
I want to inform government that a group of wrong people who squandered the assets of Uganda Cooperative Alliance, as mentioned in the report, are the same people moving to each and every office, claiming to be whistleblowers with a purpose of failing the investigations.
The alleged whistleblowers finally left UCA without handing over the assets to UCA. Instead, they resorted to spreading malicious propaganda to all our partners, including Interaction. Of course, the entire objective behind this one was, of course, to tarnish the name of UCA.
And we shall not give up. We must get to the bottom of this matter. We must recover the assets of the cooperators, and we must move this cooperative movement going forward.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a short break, but we return with more stories. Don't move an inch.
Everyone deserves more this festive season, which is why MTN Momo is giving you more Secu points on your MTN Momo withdrawals at agent locations. Get 150 Senki points for every 1,000 shillings spent in withdrawal fees. More Senki points means you get more free minutes, more free MBs, more free SMSs, and more free Momo Pay shopping. To use your Senki points, dial *141#.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs.
Ngani Ketu Mariam, in your Lantoro, Tabedo Jinja, Tadio Star 185, Tachulo Rigo TV for a month. After 2 days, your Airtel Jobinojo Goran Simu, Sana winning 100,000.
The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
The E-Government Excellency Awards are here. Let us appreciate government agencies that have made great strides in digital transformation for fast, convenient, and efficient service delivery to citizens. Visit www.hours.nita.go.ug to vote for your best government agency by the 8th of December 2021. The E-Government Excellency Awards are organized by the National Information Technology Authority Uganda in partnership with the World Bank Group, Huawei, and Ernst & Young. E-Government Excellency Awards 2021, embracing disruptive technologies. The Electoral Commission appointed the 2nd to the 14th of December 2021 as the period for conducting candidates' campaign meetings for local government council by-elections. The Commission urges all candidates, their agents, supporters and the public to adhere to set rules and regulations during the campaign period and particularly observe the following. Candidates shall not use or publish any language or defamatory words which incite public disorder, hatred, violence, or threaten war. Campaigns shall be conducted between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. and in accordance with the harmonized candidates campaign program. Strict SOPs put in place by the Ministry of Health and by the Electoral Commission to prevent the spread of COVID-19 will have to be adhered to. Candidates will, however, be allowed to organize or hold campaign meetings in a regulated manner, preferably outdoors, with limited attendance of a maximum of 200 persons with face masks, enough spacing, hand-washing facilities and sanitizers. Candidates are advised to identify suitable venues within their constituencies and notify the respective returning officers who will conduct an inspection together with the police and the district COVID-19 task force to ensure the venue will enable observance of the guidelines issued by the Ministry of Health. Candidates and their agents are advised to use non-contact means of communication to interact with the electorate, such as flyers, leaflets, brochures, posters, billboards and banners, radio and television announcements, and talk shows, short messaging services, SMS, voice messaging, social media platforms, and websites. Candidates who use posters are warned against putting them on road traffic signs. Similarly, candidates who use banners are also strongly warned against hanging them, the campaign banners, on electricity power lines or in a manner that endangers vehicle traffic and pedestrian movement. Candidates may also use the community-based public address systems Bizindalo between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. as per the campaign program harmonized with their respective returning officers. All candidates are advised to desist from holding mass rallies and conducting processions from one meeting to another. Similarly, convoys and crowds of supporters shall not be allowed outside the designated meeting venues. Polling and tallying of results for elections of councillors for special interest groups shall take place on Wednesday, the 15th of December 2021. Then polling for district chairperson Kayunga and chairpersons and councillors for other local government councils shall take place on Thursday, the 16th of December 2021 at all polling stations in the affected electoral areas.
Introducing Learn From Home Data Bundles. Customized bundles for you and your family to study or work seamlessly from the comfort of your home. Use any of these affordable data bundles to connect to your MiFis, routers, laptops, tablets, and smartphones while avoiding unwanted internet exposure and ensuring undivided attention during online classes. Enjoy instant access to Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and selected educational websites. Dial *175# to buy your Learn From Home bundle today. Airtel, the smartphone network. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from the break, and we're glad that you're still watching UBC Lunchtime News. And now taking a look at a business scene. The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, has assured the country that the public debt, saying that it is still manageable. Now, Kasaija was officiating at the function where URA awarded exceptional taxpayers.
Taxpayers Appreciation event organized by the Uganda Revenue Authority has seen exceptional payers receive plaques as a token of appreciation for their compliance. These were grouped in 4 award categories.
To URSV.
By coming up with fitting solutions to further ease tax compliance and to build better relationships with our taxpayers.
The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, while officiating at this Taxpayers Appreciation event, commended local and foreign investors for supporting the country's economy through paying taxes.
To pay your tax is a noble responsibility as a good citizen.
However, Kasaija assured the country about the public debt, saying that Ugandans need not worry.
To be a borrower. And these days, in the parliament, they call me Minister of Borrowing. It's not very. Minister of Borrowing. Every time the president sees me, sir, there is the Minister of Borrowing. Because every week, or every 2 weeks, I am forced to go to cabinet, I'm forced to go to parliament to seek permission to borrow.
Kasaija clarified on the Chinese loans, which have attracted mixed reactions about alleged reports that the Chinese government has attached Uganda International Airport of Entebbe over defaults in loan servicing.
We got that rumor that Entebbe Airport is going to be taken over by the Chinese because they lent us money we have failed to pay. Let me use this opportunity, please. I had never spoken on this matter publicly. That was a pure lie. Somebody is maligning us.
Meanwhile, to contain such shocks, Kasaija has appealed to the business community to amplify their compliance to save the country from unending borrowing.
The amount of tax you are paying, the lower that rate is, the less you will have an unbalanced budget. It is all dependent on the money you give me. If you don't give it to me, I borrow. And that's what precisely is happening today.
This is among the activities by the Uganda Revenue Authority with the intention of attracting the public towards compliance.
Technologies have a benefit for the taxpayers in helping them keep accurate record of their transactions, and they have a benefit to government of transparently capturing the data.
URA believes this has helped in developing the country's GDP and will solve the burden of public debt. Abdul Nasir Lubwama, UBC News.
Well, UBC lunchtime news has come to an end, but do look forward to our different subsequent bulletins. UBC Habari, UBC Lero, UBC News Tonight. I'm Lauryn Kazimoto. Do enjoy more of UBC's programming. Have a good afternoon.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission. Yellow Uganda, congratulations and thank you for buying shares in MTN Uganda. We look forward to a brighter future together. MTN will keep you updated with important information about your shares via SMS, our website, and our official social media channels.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV